Delicious garlic dinner rolls with juicy patty, sour cream and iceberg lettuce. Does it sound appealing to you? Then you are in the right place. Hello guys and welcome in another episode of Bites with Daniel. Today's recipe we're gonna start with making our dinner rolls. For our dinner rolls we need 400 grams of bread flour, 50 grams of sugar, 7 grams of yeast, 10 grams of salt, 250 milliliters of lukewarm milk, 3 egg yolks and 100 grams of butter. We're gonna start the recipe by blooming our yeast first. In a lukewarm milk, which is usually 37 to 40 degrees, we dissolve our yeast. You can see me, I'm trying to dissolve all the yeast as good as possible, so I activate it as fast as I can. Meanwhile our yeast is taking its time, we start to making our dough. We start by combining our all dry ingredients. We start by bread flour, sugar and salt. Once our dry ingredients is combined, we continue by adding our 3 egg yolks and our bloom yeast with the lukewarm milk. I'm mixing the milk before, so I use all the yeast what is in the milk and nothing stay stuck on the bottom of the cup. Once I have all that in, I'm start mixing all my ingredients together till the dough becomes smooth and cohesive. The dough will be really sticky, but it's okay. Once all our ingredients get combined, we continue our recipe by adding the butter spoon by spoon. The butter should be room temperature in order to don't cool down the dough and get combined much more easy. It's very important to do this step on the very end, as the fat in the butter can interrupt the gluten development in the dough, and we will take even more time and even more effort to combine it all together. We keep mixing our dough on the medium speed, and we know our dough is ready once the dough stops sticking on the side of the stand mixer. It becomes nice and smooth. In this moment, we know our dough is absolutely ready. We continue the recipe by flouring our work surface and scrape all the dough from the stand mixer on it. We slightly flour the top of the dough and shape it in the nice round ball. Once we have a nice round ball, we place it in the glass bowl, cover with the tin foil and let it to proof at the room temperature for approximately 2 hours or till our dough double in size. For our lamb patties we need 1 kilo of lamb meat, 2 medium-sized shallots, salt, garlic, black cracked pepper and Dijon mustard. We start first by chopping our shallots into really small and fine pieces. I really like to chop my shallots really fine, so I find that satisfying crunch in the middle of the patty with the shallots. I decide to make my patties in the stand mixer as it saves me from the mixing, make my job easier again, but if you don't have stand mixer you can absolutely do this by the hand. Just remember the one thing, there is loads of fat in the meat, so by mixing it well, we make sure all the fat incorporated, burger get nice texture and they stay together when cooked, they don't break into pieces and they will be nice one solid piece of a patty. So don't forget to take a little bit of time and mix all your patties in. I'm using pedal attachment in my stand mixer and I start first with the low speed and then I increase it to medium speed and try to mix all my meat till get nice and soft. Now I place all my meat in the working bench and I divide it into 6 roughly equal pieces. If you want to be precise, you can scale your patties and make them exactly the same, but I just don't think so that's necessary if you make it for yourself. Now you can see me making 6 separate pieces and give them slight massage with my hand, so that way I can be 100% sure all the fat inside incorporate and make the patty stick together. You don't want to end up with patty in which one you cook and it broke in several pieces, that's really not nice. Now I'm shaping the balls of the meat into the patties with my hands. Once my patty is ready, I place them in the fridge and chill down them for later. Now we're making garlic butter. Garlic butter is pretty simple and straightforward to do so. You just place the butter on the pan over medium heat, melt the butter and crush the fresh garlic cloves in it. Important thing for making your garlic butter is to bring butter in a slight boil, as you can see now. By doing this we ensure that all the flavor from the garlic get extracted into the butter and that way we end up with delicious garlic butter which we use to cover our buns later on. Now we make our burger sauce which contains sour cream, fresh dill, salt and black pepper. I'm finely chopping my dill. I'm placing the dill, placing the salt and black cracked pepper into the bowl and gently fold it inside the sour cream. I think this burger sauce is something completely different and I prefer it way more. Now after 2 hours you can see our dough nicely puffed and doubled in size. We remove the tin foil out of it, scrape it from the side of the glass bowl and place it on the slightly floured work surface. Flour the top of your dough as well, so that way you prevent the sticking and make it more easy and manageable to work for. We continue further by using a bench scraper as a knife and cutting the dough in half, and then we get 2 logs which we cut into 3 roughly equal pieces. We cover and butter our glass dish, so this step will ensure that our dinner rolls will be very easy to take out and they will not stick on the bottom of the dish. Now we continue by shaping our dough in 6 equal size balls. Make sure the top of the balls is nice and smooth, so that way it will hold all the tension once the balls start growing up. We place our balls in the glass dish, cover them with the lid and put them in the warm place to proof for approximately 2 hours or till they double in size. And now you can see after 2 hours our buns get puffed and they double in size. We cover them with tin foil, which will prevent the direct heat of burning the buns, and that way we can ensure that we cook them well through but they don't get burned. We place our bun in the preheated oven with 180 degrees for roughly 40 minutes. After 40 minutes we take our buns out and you see they are nice and almost cooked. And at this step is very important to nicely cover them and brush them with the garlic butter which we made before, and place them back in the oven for additional 5 minutes without cover this time to get nice crust and ensure that all the garlic get nice and roasty. Now we season our lamb patty generously with the salt and we place them in oven together with our buns. We give to our buns approximately 5 minutes and we cook our patty to our liking. After 5 minutes I'm removing my dinner rolls, but my lamb patty will definitely need more time than that. The roughly additional 10 to 15 minutes. Now my lamb patty is being nice and done, I'm placing the 2 slices of red cheddar on top of them and give them additionally 1 minute to melt the cheese. After 1 minute I'm coming back to my oven and taking out my patties. Our cheese is nice and melted, but is not so overly melted that it's all over the dish. Now after a few minutes outside, my dinner rolls get nice and firm, so I can gently take them out of my glass dish. As you see, I did good job with buttering the dish. No dinner rolls will stick on the bottom of it and make removal really simple and easy for me. And now I'm opening the buns. What a beautiful moment, nice and warm buns. There is nothing I like more than fresh bread. I'm doing 3 buns now and 3 buns I'm keeping for later. As the buns is nice and hot, there is no need for additional toasting. Just use the sharp knife and gently slice them in the middle. Once I finish slicing all my buns, I prepare my sour cream mixture and I place it gently on the both sides of my buns. Once both sides of my buns is covered with the sour cream, it's time for that delicious, lovely lamb patty. I'm using the knife to pick them up and put them on my patty. I know I should use spatula, but I was so impatient and I wanna try them really badly. So I'm just placing them on top of my sour cream and top them nice with the freshly sliced iceberg lettuce. The burger is big as it is, so I really just try to make it simple and I don't see any reason for adding any more vegetables to it. Just put a nice top over the iceberg lettuce and my burger is ready. Just place them from the chopping board into the nice plate. And there you have it. Delicious lamb burgers with the sour cream, iceberg lettuce and lamb patty wrapped in freshly made garlic dinner rolls. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like if you enjoyed the video, share and subscribe, post me and comment what you would like to see next, and see you next week with the new episode.